Everyone you call a friend is doing a calculation. They may not know it, they may never admit it, but every time they show up for you, every time they check in, every time they choose to keep you in their life, there is a ledger being balanced, and the moment you stop bringing something to the table, watch how fast the table disappears. This is not cynicism. This is clarity. Most people spend their entire lives confused about why friendships fade, why people they trusted vanished, why the ones who called themselves loyal were the first to leave when things got hard. They blame themselves. They blame the other person. They never asked the real question. What was the transaction, and when did it stop being profitable? Machiavelli understood human nature better than almost any philosopher who ever lived. He did not write fairy tales about loyalty and love. He wrote about what people actually do when their interests are at stake, and his conclusion was simple. Men act in their own interest. Always. Without exception. Even when they believe they are being selfless, they are satisfying something within themselves. The need to feel good. The need to feel needed. The need to be seen as generous. Your friendships are no different. And once you accept that, you stop being a victim of them. Phase 1. The transaction. You're too afraid to see. Think about your closest friend right now. Ask yourself honestly, why are you friends with them? Not the comfortable answer. The real one. Because they make you laugh? That is emotional value. They provide you with something your nervous system craves. Because they are connected and open doors for you? That is social capital. Because they listen when no one else will. That is psychological relief. Every reason you give is a benefit you receive. Every single one. Now flip it. Why are they friends with you? What do you give them? Status, entertainment, stability, advice, a sense of being needed. There is always an answer. There is always an exchange. The friendship exists because both sides are getting something out of it. The moment one side stops delivering, the relationship starts dying. You have watched this happen. You just refuse to name it. Machiavelli wrote that men are driven by necessity and desire, not sentiment, not loyalty in the abstract, necessity and desire. When a friendship no longer satisfies either, it collapses. Not because people are evil, because people are human, and humans move toward what serves them and away from what does not. This is the truth you have been avoiding. Stop avoiding it, because the moment you see it clearly, you stop taking betrayal personally. You stop mourning the loss of people who were never yours to begin with. You start building relationships with your eyes open instead of your heart exposed. Ask yourself this before moving forward. Of your 5 closest relationships right now, what are you giving and what are you getting? If you cannot answer that, you are not in relationships, you are in illusions. Phase 2. The ledger. Everyone pretends does not exist. Society tells you that friendships are supposed to be unconditional, that real friends show up no matter what, ask for nothing in return, and love you without keeping score. This is one of the most dangerous lies you have ever been told, and it has cost you. Because while you were busy being unconditional, the people around you were keeping score. They noticed when you stopped being useful. They noticed when your energy dropped. They noticed when your status declined. They just never told you. They kept the ledger hidden and smiled to your face while quietly downgrading your position in their lives. Machiavelli said it plainly. Men will always be false to you unless they are compelled by necessity to be true. Read that again. Men will be false to you unless necessity forces them to be honest. Your friends are not lying to you out of malice. They are operating by nature. And nature does not reward unconditional generosity. It rewards strategic exchange. The ledger exists in every friendship. Every favor given is noted. Every favor ignored is noted. Every time you showed up for someone and they did not show up for you, the ledger shifted. You felt it. You told yourself it did not matter because that is what good friends do. But it did matter. It always matters. And deep down, your instincts knew the balance was off long before your mind admitted it. The person who understands this does not become cold. They become precise. They stop giving endlessly to people who take endlessly. They stop expecting loyalty from people who have shown them none. They start investing in relationships where the exchange is genuine and mutual, where both sides bring value and both sides benefit. That is not a transaction in the dirty sense. That is the only kind of friendship that actually lasts. Phase 3. Why your most loyal friends are the most strategic ones, here, is what no one tells you. The friends who have stayed the longest are not the ones who love you the most in some abstract emotional sense. They are the ones where the transaction has been consistently fair, where both sides have shown up, where the exchange of value has been roughly balanced over time. That is why the relationship survived. Think about the friendships that ended, not the dramatic fallouts, the ones that just quietly dissolved. What happened? Someone stopped delivering. Someone stopped growing. Someone stopped bringing value to the table and started only withdrawing from it. The friendship did not die because of a betrayal. It died because the ledger went too far out of balance, and no one wanted to address it. Now think about the people still in your life, the ones who have been there through multiple seasons. Why are they still there? Because at every stage the relationship gave both of you something real. It adapted. It evolved. The nature of the exchange changed, as you both changed, but the exchange never stopped. This is Machiavellian friendship at its best. Not manipulation, not exploitation, strategic mutual benefit. Two people who understand what they bring to the table and respect what the other brings. Two people who operate without illusions and without resentment, because the terms are understood even if they are never spoken. The most durable alliances in history were not built on love. They were built on aligned interests. When the interests aligned, the alliance held. When the interests diverged, the alliance ended. Your personal relationships follow the exact same pattern, every time, without exception. Stop romanticizing your friendships and start respecting them for what they are. Alliances, and treat your alliances accordingly. Phase 4. How to audit your circle like a strategist. You need to look at your circle the way a general looks at his troops before a campaign. Not with sentiment, with assessment. Who is an asset, and who is a liability? Who sharpens you and who softens you? Who adds to your life in ways you cannot easily replace, and who is simply occupying space? This is not cruelty. This is responsibility. You are responsible for the quality of your own life, and the quality of your life is directly shaped by the people you allow into it. Machiavelli understood that a prince who surrounds himself with flatterers is doomed. The people who only tell you what you want to hear, who celebrate your comfort and excuse your weakness, those people are not your friends. They are your saboteurs. They feel good in the moment and cost you everything in the long run. The person who challenges you, who tells you the truth when it is uncomfortable, who holds you to a standard even when you resist it, that person is giving you something rare and expensive. That is a high-value transaction. Pay attention to it. Now look at the other side. Who drains you? Who comes to you only when they need something and disappears when you do? Who makes every conversation about their problems without ever investing in yours? These people are running a deficit in the ledger. They are withdrawing constantly and depositing nothing, and you have been allowing it because you were told that real friendship means giving without limits. Real friendship means exchange. It means both people grow. It means both people are better for knowing each other. If you walk away from time with someone feeling lighter and sharper, that is a friend. If you walk away feeling drained and diminished, that is a cost you're choosing to pay. Stop paying it. Audit your circle, not once, regularly. Because people change and circumstances change, and the value of any alliance shifts over time. The strategist does not wait until the damage is done. He assesses, adjusts, and acts before the loss becomes irreversible. Phase 5. The freedom on the other side of this truth. Most people resist this framework because it feels cold. They want to believe their friendships are sacred, untouched by calculation, purely emotional and freely given. And that belief keeps them in pain. It keeps them confused when people leave. It keeps them giving to relationships that are taking everything. It keeps them loyal to people who stopped being loyal years ago. Accepting the transactional nature of friendship is not the end of warmth. It is the beginning of wisdom. When you know what a friendship is built on, you stop being blindsided when it shifts. You stop asking why. You already know why. The exchange changed. When you know what you bring to a relationship, you stop shrinking yourself to keep people comfortable. You bring your full value and you expect the same in return. When you know what you need from your alliances, you stop tolerating arrangements that never deliver it. Machiavelli wrote that the wise man does at once what the fool does finally. The fool waits until a friendship has collapsed entirely before he sees it for what it was. The wise man sees it clearly from the beginning and builds accordingly. He is not colder for it. He is clearer. And clarity is the foundation of every relationship worth keeping. You stop collecting people and start choosing them. You stop measuring friendship by how long you have known someone and start measuring it by what the relationship actually produces for both of you. Does it produce growth? Does it produce honesty? Does it produce a kind of support that makes you stronger rather than dependent? Those are the friendships worth protecting. Those are the alliances worth investing in. Everything else is sentiment dressed up as loyalty, and sentiment without substance does not last. Phase 6. The Machiavellian alliance you actually want to build. Now that you see the truth, you get to build something real. Not the performance of friendship, the substance of it. You build it by becoming someone worth transacting with. That means growing in ways that make you valuable, not to exploit others, but to ensure the exchange in your relationships is always worth having. You bring energy, honesty, growth, and presence. You give the people in your circle something real, and you receive the same in return. You build it by being direct about what you need and what you offer. You stop hinting. You stop performing. You stop waiting for people to notice what you bring without you naming it. Strategic people communicate. They make the terms of the alliance clear through their actions, through their consistency, through the way they show up and the way they hold standards. You build it by cutting what no longer works without drama and without apology. Not every friendship ends in betrayal. Some end because you both grew in different directions. That is not a failure. That is the natural end of a transaction that served its purpose. Release it cleanly. Keep the respect. Leave the resentment behind. The friendships you build from this point forward will be different. They will be chosen. They will be mutual. They will be built on truth instead of performance, and on exchange instead of obligation. That is not a colder way to live. That is a freer one. You're not here to be everyone's everything. You're here to build something, and you need the right people beside you while you build it. Now you know how to find them. Comment below. Name one person in your life who gives as much as they take. One real alliance. Acknowledge it. And if you want to go deeper into the psychology of power and human nature, subscribe and turn on notifications. We are just getting started.